Today. Awesome. Welcome to Unity of Tucson. I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm the spiritual leader here, and we're going to celebrate today. Does that sound like a good plan? All right, we're going to open with this great song by Faith Rivera and Harold Payne. Something great is happening. Love has taken hold, and it won't let go of us now. Something here is calling us forward, upward motion. We're drops in one ocean. Roll on. Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the voice of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment of our greatness. Let's stand together now. Whoa. Every day's a chance you can do something amazing to feel your passion blazing and shine. Paint with every vision and dance in new directions. Explode to new heights in your mind. I will rise up with you today. Lift up my voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the voice of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting. With the world that will be waiting. With the moment of our greatness. Let's stand together. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the voice of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment of our greatness. Let's stand together now. Let's stand together now. Well, you know it's not pre-recorded. Just have to laugh. I just have to laugh at that. You know, sometimes the lyrics just get tripped up on your tongue. It's like, oh, wait, what was I saying? What a delight it is to share this glorious morning with you. Welcome once again to Unity of Tucson. As I said before, I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I am the spiritual leader, the senior minister, the spiritual director at Unity of Tucson. And this is a spiritual community where we join together every single Sunday. And on other occasions, it's not just Sunday that we join together. It's also many other occasions. We have Soul Flow and Dance Zen. And we've got, what else do we have? We've got classes, we've got all kinds of stuff that's always happening here. And it's an opportunity for us to join together in community as community to embody a practice of knowing who we are. Ultimately, that's what it boils down to, knowing who we are and knowing how we choose to be in this thing called life. So one of the things I do like to acknowledge every week is that you may not believe everything you hear today. And you notice I didn't say we join together to embody a collective belief. I'm encouraging each and every one of us to explore our belief systems. That's what I think the power of New Thought, the New Thought philosophy is. To explore our belief systems, to see what is working for us, and perhaps there's something that we find in there that's not working for us. And that's okay too, because it gives us the opportunity for growth. And that's what today is going to be all about. I'm talking a lot about growth today. You ready for that? All right. We share a vision and a mission here at Unity of Tucson, and I would love for us to state out loud these words of our vision statement. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. And the vision is how we see the world. The vision is how we see the world. The mission, see, and even if it's not lyrics, sometimes the tongue gets a little tripped up. So the vision is how we see the world. The mission is how we can achieve this vision. So let's state these words of our mission statement together. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. Just take that to heart for a moment. See what that feels like for you, those words. Because we say them every week, but there's also an encouragement that we don't just allow them to become rote, that we allow them to have a feeling tone within us. So what comes up for you? Love only. Forgive everything. Remember who you are. Just take a moment to check in with that. If you're joining us for the first time today, I want to extend a special welcome. Let me first acknowledge everyone who may be joining us online through our live webcast, or if you're watching subsequently at a later time through the archive, just know that your energy is part of this experience here and now, and I am deeply grateful for this connection. And I would love to continue the connection. So if you go to unitytucson.com/connect, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen, fill out some information there, and we can keep this conversation going, and what a delight it is to share this time with you. If you're here with us in the room for the first time today, well, first of all, let me acknowledge that you are entitled to a gift, and if you did not receive your gift as you were coming in today, you may pick up your gift in the lobby, in the foyer, following the celebration today. So that's a physical gift that we have to offer, but there's something else that we want to share with you as a community. And so if you are comfortable with identifying yourself as someone who's here for the first time, would you either stand up or raise your hand so that we can acknowledge and welcome? Grateful to have you here. Yes? Glorious. Glorious. So keep your hands raised, or we just want to make sure that we can all of us who've been here before, we can put our eyes on you and welcome you truly. And there's something that we also have to share with you. Should we let them know what that is? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. You are magnificent. Absolutely. Thank you so much for shining your light, sharing your magnificence with the world. You are a blessing to us. Yeah, now we know that. We claim to know that about you. Do you believe it? Well, you don't have to tell me if you believe it or not, because sometimes people go, really? Magnificent is a challenging word for some people. I remember the first time somebody told me I was a magnificent, I wasn't sure that I believed it, but I have come to believe it, and we celebrate magnificence here. And so I think it's important that we all exclaim for ourselves that we are magnificent. So let's collectively, as a community, say these words together. I am magnificent. Yes. Shall we try that again? Yes. Here we go. I am magnificent. Does that feel good? Yes. And the rest of you? Like I say, I'll give up the joke when it stops being funny to me. We like to have a good time on Sunday. You know, one of the things I always say is that Sunday morning should be fun, because if you're not having fun, you probably don't want to come back. And so we would love to welcome you back, and so we're just going to keep having fun every Sunday morning. Part of that fun for me is including that all faith traditions, all religious paths, all spiritual ideas, they're all rooted in one common golden thread that I like to call love. And so we celebrate all traditions here at Unity of Tucson. One of the ways that we do that is with a ceremony that we've adopted here called Lighting the Flames of Faith. And we have a magnificent group of individuals, our keepers of the flames, who guide us through that ritual every week. And so here to guide us today are Elizabeth Quinn Worrell and Laura Cass.
Thank you. Well, as you know, I always have some kind of a word to start out with. And today's daily word is together. And it really struck me coming in this morning driving. In fact, I felt almost moved to tears. You know, one of the greatest things we learn here all the time is what can we control? We could only control ourselves. And just looking at the state of so many things that are happening around us where people are trying to control everything but themselves. Everything but themselves. So as we light these candles, we're going to take that deep into thought and recognize that all of these people, all of us, we're all together and we all need prayer. So let's start, Elizabeth. So we light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to divine love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And we light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. The final candle is the healing candle. It represents the revealing of the divinity at the core of all experience. This is your candle for whatever is in your mind and heart that requires the light.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Liz. If you're new to our community, this candle here is the peace candle, which we keep consistently illuminated with this in mind, that its consistent illumination is a metaphor, a reflection of a consistent illumination of peace in our own hearts, in our own souls. And so, as we allow our inner peace to inform our thoughts, our ideas, our intentions, and our actions, we are right where we are, each and every one of us, creating a more peaceful world. So let's honor that idea, and let's honor peace in the world by stating out loud together this prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace reigns in the world. Indeed it does. Another glorious group of individuals that we are blessed to have as part of this community are our prayer chaplains. And each week it is my delight to invite a prayer chaplain or one of our staff ministers to share a reading with us, to also guide us in our monthly affirmation and guide us in prayer. So will you please welcome today's prayer chaplain doing just that, Ruth Starwell.
So the theme that we're exploring this morning, or this month, is transform. And I've selected a reading from his new book, Neurodharma, New Science, Ancient Wisdom, and the 7 Practices of Highest Happiness by Dr. Rick Hansen. And he says, it's a wild life. Here we are on a small planet going around an ordinary star on the edge of one galaxy amidst a couple trillion others. Nearly 14 billion years have passed since our universe bubbled into being. And here we are now. Countless creatures have died so that tiny improvements in their capabilities could be stabilized through evolution in increasingly complex species, and eventually in us today. So many things have happened already. And here we are. It's strange, isn't it, this life? You live and love, and then you leave. My time will come, and yours, and everyone's. Meanwhile, we can be gobsmacked with awe and gratitude and committed to enjoying this life as best we can while learning as much as we can and contributing as much as we can each day. Along the way, take in the good, helping your beneficial experiences sink in and become lasting strengths inside, woven into the fabric of your body. So many opportunities for this mindful cultivation occur in even the hardest life. Recognize what is wholesome, helpful, beautiful in yourself and in others and in everything. Let it land in you, becoming you. I once asked the teacher, Joseph Goldstein, about an experience while wondering if I was on the right track. He listened and nodded and said, "Yes, that's it." And then he smiled and said, "Keep going." So our affirmation this month, I will read once and offer you to just take that in, see how that is for you. And then I'll invite you to read it along with me. Say it along with me 2 more times. I am an evolutionary transformer living a deep and rich personal life experience. And along with me. I am an evolutionary transformer living a deep and rich personal life experience. Say it like you believe it. I am an evolutionary transformer living a deep and rich personal life experience.
It occurred to me as I introduced you that I forgot to tell you that I'm going to invite you to go straight into prayer today. Thank you, Ruth.
And so, I invite you to join me in prayer. Resting and recognizing the power and the presence that is right here, right now. That divine essence, that is love. And here we are. That divine essence that is in each and every one, expressing beautifully, powerfully, lovingly, perfectly, as the one expressing through each and every one here. And so knowing that power and presence is here today, that is here every day, every moment, every breath, every word, every step, that power and presence expresses as order, as harmony, as divine wisdom. And so just allowing this day to be right here and now. Allowing this day to be the day that follows the 14 billion years. And allow all of that to express here in celebration, in community, in life, in love, in beauty, in harmony. And so accepting all of the gifts of the past, all the gifts of today, and stepping forward into the future. I know and accept and claim that I am a transformer for good in this life. And so boldly stepping forward into that possibility. That possibility that only I can co-create. and inviting each and every one here in community to co-create together in harmony and love, in the knowing of divine presence in each and every one. And so recognizing that in each, resting in the joy, resting in the gratitude, resting in the peace that is here. I claim it as good. I allow it to be. I invite it through me and allow it to be. And so it is. Amen.
So it is. Amen. Thank you, Ruth. If you are a regular part of our community who join us every week, you will know that we've changed the program just slightly here today, as we do once every quarter when we have our membership blessing ceremony. And today is a day where we are honoring and blessing new members of our community who have decided to step up into full active membership here. And so I like to always begin by acknowledging an idea around this question. What is membership? What is membership? Here at Unity, one of the things that I encourage us all to recognize is that membership is a commitment to your spiritual journey at this time of your life, and that membership is voluntary. It's not compulsory. We're not strong-arming you into being members. Entering into membership here in a spiritual community, into any spiritual community, is a personal covenant to your own spiritual growth. And so that's what we celebrate here today, are those people who are taking this opportunity to say, you know what, right now, at this point in my life, this is the right place for me. Today, we bless new members in this ceremony, and as I call the names of our new members here today, I invite those who are new members to join us up here on the stage. You can come up the steps here. You will receive your membership card. You will also receive one of the official name tags that we offer as a gift to all of our new members. And you're also going to receive one of these plants back here. Now, I know in other communities they give you a cut flower. And I like the idea that we give you a potted plant with this idea, that this plant, what we're encouraging you to do is to recognize that it can be a reflection and a representation of you in your faith, your roots, your blossoms, all that makes the plant whole. And as you nurture the plant, it can be a reminder and a reflection that it represents your commitment to nurture your spiritual self. And then once all the new members have been introduced, well, then we're going to sing them our special membership song that we sing every single time we welcome new members. And if you don't know the song, you will know it very quickly. So I would like to welcome, as new members in our community, Katie Lee Aberley. Jacqueline Faith. Sarah Jacobs. June Sherlock. And Jude Nicholson. Now, I always know that not everybody who's welcomed into membership is always here, but I always let them know we're still going to announce your name. And I trust they may watch the archive later, so if you are watching the archive as a new member, know that this is for you as well, and that your energy is mixed in with this, irrespective of the time you're watching. Your only responsibility in this experience is to receive. That's what I encourage you to do as we sing this beautiful Karen Drucker song on your behalf. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. I'd like to teach the sign language to this song. So we're going to acknowledge you, meaning them. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. So let's sign and sing that together. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Let's just sign. Let's sing. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Let's just sing that last line. You are the face of God. One more time. You are the face of God. Welcome. Grateful to have you. If you received Friday's email, you may have noted that we had someone lined up to sing today, and they were unable to join us today. So I wrote to Linda, I said, I know exactly what song I want to sing. I haven't sung this in a Sunday in a couple of years, but I did it as part of the Feeling Good concert that we did back in March. It's one of my favorite songs. That's right. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I had the right note. Sometimes you got to do that. If you hear this message, wherever you stand, I'm calling every woman, calling every man. We're the generation, we can't afford to wait. The future started yesterday, and we're already late. We've been looking for a song to sing, searched for a melody, searched for someone to lead. We've been looking for the world to change. If you feel the same, then go on and say, if you're out there, sing along with me. If you're out there, I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it loud if you're out there. Tomorrow starting now. promises, no more call to war, unless it's love and peace that we're really fighting for. We can destroy hunger, we can conquer hate. Put down the arms and raise your voice, we're joining hands today. Oh, I was looking for a song to sing. I searched for a leader, but the leader was me. We've been looking for the world to change. We can be heroes, just go on and say, if you're out there, sing along with me. If you're out there, I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it loud if you're out there. Tomorrow starting now. Oh, now. If you're ready, we can shake the world. Believe again, it starts within. We don't have to wait for destiny. We should be the change that we want to see. If you're out there, if you're out there and you're ready now, say it loud, scream it out. If you're out there, sing along with me. If you're out there, I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it loud. If you're out there, tomorrow starting now. If you're out there, if you're out there, if you're out there, if you hear this message wherever you stand, calling every woman, calling every man, we're the generation, we can't afford to wait. The future started yesterday, and we're already late. Oh, thank you. Amen. This month, the theme is transform. The theme is transform. And here's the thing about this construct, this idea of transformation. I believe that transformation is inevitable. I believe that transformation is inevitable. And I believe that it is directable. That we are not subject to just transforming into some that we have an opportunity right where we are in every given moment to say, this is how I choose to be a transformational, evolutionary thinker in this thing called life, and that we can take charge of our own expression and experience in life and make change right where we are, with this in mind, that as we make change right where we are affecting every aspect of this universe. That's the power that we have, each and every one of us individually. As individualizations of this infinite power and presence that we refer to it by the name God. We can call it by any number of names: universal presence, power, spirit, love. Love is my favorite, I always say that. That's who we are. That's who we are. That is our identity. Every aspect of our beingness, every aspect of our physical presence, every aspect of our spiritual presence, there is no part of us that is not wholly divine. I choose to live in that state of belief. And what I have found is that as that informs my experience of life, I am directing my experience of life, and the quality of my life has gotten so much better. So much better. And it has, I think that all the mystics of the ages have all essentially invited us into this construct of awareness. In Paul's letter to the Romans, he offered this: do not be conformed to this age, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That has such resonance with me today as I think about this age that we experience, where there seems to be so much conflict. There seems, well, let's face it, another war has just broken out. And I'm not trying to depress us all, but I heard recently this idea, and the thing is, it's not in my notes because it's coming to me in the moment. That happens sometimes. We strive for peace. We strive for peace. We want peace in this world. Don't we want peace in this world? We have a peace candle. And we talk about, yes, right where I am peace. And as I allow my peace to inform everything. You know what? There's someone who said once that the opposite of violence is not peace, it's justice. I believe that was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But what does justice mean? Because justice does not mean that it's my justice and not your justice. That's the thing we have to keep in mind. It is our justice to acknowledge the truth that I hold in my heart. This is how I choose to understand justice, that I acknowledge the truth in my own heart, that if I am the infinite power and presence of the divine, and I understand that to be true for every single person I encounter, that is the great equalizer. Because how can I be in conflict with myself? How can I be in conflict with myself if I truly know who I am? And so this is an exploration that we can be on, to not be conformed to this age, but to be transformed by the renewing of the mind. I'm grateful that I found this philosophy in my life, and that, as I said, it is adopting the practices and principles of this philosophy has greatly enhanced the quality of my life. And I always believed there was something. Now, many of you know I grew up unchurched, which means I did not grow up in a religious tradition. I did not grow up going to church. I grew up unchurched. And so I was able to find and explore on my own. And I always knew there was something. In my brain, I was like, there's something. Because this can't be it, folks. Trust me, this can't be it. This limitation. And at the same time, I had a fraught relationship with the concept of religion or church, because I looked at it as structure that was not meant to be challenged or questioned. And that did not work for me. Did not work for me. I had a lot of opportunities to consider that too. So when I was a kid, and we're talking when I was a kid. Now you're gonna, this is not meant to be a slight on any of the parenting skills. I love you, my dad. Just so you know, I don't know if you have an awareness of what was going on when I was like 7, 8 years old, when I would go visit my aunts and uncles in California for the summer. But there was times, I would go up to Mendocino. So I would go to different aunts and uncles, like in the Bay Area and also up into the northern coast. And there were times when I would go to Mendocino, and my cousins, I had 2 cousins, one who was my age, one who was a couple years younger than I. We were terrorists in Mendocino. At 7 or 8 years old, their mother would drive us into town. She would go to work and just let us roam. Yeah, and we would roam around. We would always hit up the candy store. And I remember this. Remember the paper that had the little dots of candy? That was my favorite. I loved that. One of the things that happened is, at least one of those summers, the 3 of us found our way into a summer Christian day camp. And I had no idea what we were walking into, but hey, there was music. So let's go check out the music that they're engaged in there. So lots of music and enthusiasm. It's like, yeah, yeah. And we dance around and sing the songs. And somehow I knew that it just wasn't quite for me. Like, I didn't really know what they were singing about, but it just didn't quite resonate with me too deeply. There was something in the experience also that I think was, that even at that young age, I realized was a little bit of a missed mark for me. That there was empty enthusiasm. That it was devoid of authenticity. That it was rah, rah, life is great, but it really wasn't a felt sense. And I don't want to cast aspersions on that community. They get to experience life in exactly the way they want to experience life. Here's the thing I knew, it was not for me. It was not for me personally. That was my takeaway, and it's not everyone's takeaway. What I realize is that I have been on a consistent path in my life, and maybe this will resonate for you, of seeking to understand something deeper. When I got into university, my first major was media arts, with an emphasis in film production. And I spent a lot of time hanging out in the student union, right here at the university, the old student union, remember that? I spent a lot of time hanging out in the student union, and I would hang out in the Women's Resource Center. As we were developing the Bisexual, Gay, and Lesbian Association Resource Center, I spent a lot of time in the Women's Resource Center, and there was an individual at the Women's Resource Center that I was always really intrigued by because this woman's major was religious studies. And I always thought, well, that's a fascinating major. Maybe I should check that out. This film student. Maybe I should check out religious studies. I never did. Ultimately, I went on to change my major to theater. Go figure. But the construct always has intrigued me, the construct of the exploration of what is beyond the sense of an individualized self. What is God? And it's a fundamental question that we seek to answer, and we have ideas that we teach here in the New Thought Movement in Unity about what God is. You've heard me express it a lot today. God is you. God is me. God is the energy of creation that makes up this entire universe, and the universe itself is the demonstration, the manifestation, the body of God. And you know what? It's probably more. Because if God is infinite, we cannot be bound to the limitations we perceive of this universe. And there is no way to comprehend the allness of the divine. But here's what I know. The exploration in this field has allowed me to deepen into a felt sense. So I can't describe God adequately in the same way that I can just feel it. I can just feel it. So this journey has ultimately been me seeking spiritual self-sufficiency. And I think I found that really, the first time I really truly felt that was in my first experience in a New Thought community. When I sat down on a Sunday, even to a service that I had been dragged to. And I always say, if you've been dragged here, you're here on purpose. You may not recognize or understand the purpose yet, but you are here on purpose. But I was dragged to this celebration, and I sat there. I was like, oh, okay, it's a church experience. I'm not really keen on church. If I get struck down by lightning, at least then I have an answer. Because I was a heathen, you know. But I sat and I listened to the messages that were being presented on the platform in front of me, and I thought, oh my goodness, this just feels right. It just makes sense. So I went on this path of developing spiritual self-sufficiency. That Sunday was the beginning of consecutive Sundays that I essentially have not missed a Sunday since, well, except when I was on sabbatical. But I was still part of this Sunday celebration, I want you all to know. I watched every single week. Spiritual self-sufficiency is personal. It is a personal journey. that we can all be on. It is an introspective journey. It varies for every single one of us. It requires connecting with the inner self. And that's what I realized was missing for me in so many of the experiences that I'd had in being introduced to various traditions, that I hadn't tapped into my inner self yet. And when I tapped into the inner self to explore my beliefs and my values, and opening up to the element of finding a sense of purpose and fulfillment, that's when it all fell into place for me. So today's message is, psst. If you saw the Friday email, it's psst, like we're telling a secret. What that means is personal, spiritual, self-sufficiency technique. That's what I'm going to invite us all into today. The personal, spiritual, self-sufficiency technique, and it is not a secret. And in fact, one of the things that drives me crazy is when I go to these conferences, and I go to conferences at least a few times a year, and you so frequently hear, "We have the best kept secret in the world." Stop making it a secret. Let's stop making it a secret. Let's stop referring to it as a secret. It does not need to be a secret. I loved the movie The Secret, and it drove me crazy. Because The Secret essentially talks about what we talk about, but for me, it didn't get to the feeling. It was far too surface. For me, I don't know, if it resonates with you, awesome. I don't want to take that away from you. It does not have to be the best kept secret. It does not have to be hard work. It's going to be work, but it doesn't have to be hard work. You get to decide whether or not the work is joyful. So I have several steps to the technique, the personal spiritual self-sufficiency technique. Psst. Step number 1, let's begin with self-reflection. Self-reflection, that's where we can begin this journey. What got you to where you are now? And this is all rhetorical. And what I'm going to encourage us all to do is to consider these ideas. If you need to go back and watch the video again, because I'm just going to go through them. If you want to go back and watch the video again, get your journal out. Write down some of these ideas. So number 1, self-reflection. What got you to where you are now? That's where I would begin. What got me to where I am now? As I sat in that celebration, the first New Thought community experience I ever had, there was something that what got me to this place? How did I get to be where I am now? And in that self-reflection, I also invited this question: what's next? What's next? And so that leads me to number 2 in the technique. Explore your beliefs. I say it every single week. I am not here to tell you what to believe. I am here to invite us all on the exploration of what it is we believe. And specifically, I invite us all into an exploration of what it is we believe about the nature of spirituality and the nature of existence. Go on that journey. Don't be afraid of the journey. Deeply consider the question. Explore your beliefs. What is it I believe? And how's it working for me? How's it working for me? It is done unto you as you believe. And so if something is not working in your life, there's probably a belief to look at as to why it's not working. And know that you have the power, because you are the power, to address and shift that belief. What brings us to this path? Many people, they come to this path because they are, how do I want to phrase this? They're opening up to a realization and a sense of their own mortality. As if to say, is this all there is? Why am I here? Is there something beyond? That's what often brings people to the path of spirituality. So, self-reflection. Explore your beliefs. And as you determine through this journey what it is you would like to experience, well, then develop a practice. develop a spiritual practice. We teach two primary tools here at Unity, and really in the entire New Thought movement. Those tools are meditation. Meditation. And that's actually where I started. I started with meditation not quite when I was in Mendocino, but around the time that I was introduced to this woman in the Women's Studies, or the Women's Resource Center, I was introduced to it's Buddhist tradition, Pure Land Buddhism, a particular meditation practice in Pure Land Buddhism. And that was in 1992, and I became an avid meditator, I guess that's a word. I became a meditator from that moment on, 1992. So meditation is one of the practices that we offer and teach as a practice for you to adopt if that resonates with you. The other practice is prayer. Prayer. And if you are unfamiliar with our practice and our teaching of prayer, we teach prayer from this understanding that it is a first-person declarative experience. We are not supplicating ourselves and begging for something outside the self. Charles Fillmore, the founder of Unity, one of the founders of Unity, and perhaps, as we've said recently, perhaps more of a secondary founder of Unity. There's a whole thing in there. We don't have to get into that today. He offered this in his description of prayer. He said, prayer is the most highly accelerated mind action known. Prayer is the most highly accelerated mind action known. So if you are looking to shift something in your life, prayer is a path to do that. Prayer from the point of view of I am that which is, because that which is all there is. And so as I state what it is I require and desire in my life, it must be so, rooted in the belief that it is so. And as I accept that belief is so, and as I feel the feelings that are wrapped up in that, you know what I find? My prayers are always answered. So prayer is a fundamental technique we teach here at Unity. And here's the thing, find a practice because, here comes the Tuesday night class. If you're in the Tuesday night class, you probably know what I'm about to say. Find a practice because technique is anything that works. If it works for you, let it work for you. So 3, develop a practice. 4, be willing to seek guidance. Be willing to seek guidance. We have spiritual teachers, we have mentors, and they can all offer an intellectual context supporting your journey and invite you into the felt context. We are here to be of service, those of us who have stepped into these types of roles, prayer chaplains, licensed Unity teachers, practitioners of spiritual practitioners, ministers. We are here to be of service, to invite you into this path. I also encourage us all to read and study, explore text, explore literature, explore philosophy that aligns with your beliefs, but also explore philosophy that challenges your belief. That challenge can be a catalyst for deeper personal growth. I've always claimed that New Thought philosophies work for me right now. This is what works for me right now. And if I deepen to a point where they don't, I am willing to change my mind and explore something else. That's the ultimate New Thought practice, having a willingness to change your mind about what it is that you've adopted in your belief system. We're offering an opportunity for that type of practice as we launch our fall renewal coming up in a few weeks. The fall renewal is a series of Sundays where I will be teaching from the same book. That book this year is going to be The 5 Principles by Ellen Debenport. It is available in our store. Part of that also is that we develop study groups who, following the Sunday celebration, gather together at some point during the week to have a deeper discussion about the book. And I've spent several weeks training leaders for these study groups. And so I encourage you to seek out a study group. There's going to be a sign up starting today, in fact, for study groups. And this goes hand in hand with actually what the next step is. Because, yes, it's wonderful to read and study, but you know what's even better on the spiritual journey? Connecting with others. Connecting with others. Spiritual self-sufficiency is enhanced when you have a sense of belonging. I really want you to hear that. Spiritual self-sufficiency is enhanced when you have a sense of belonging, when you find a community that is supportive of your transformation, of your journey. I also acknowledge that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to any of this. And New Thought, the philosophy of New Thought, of which, if you're new here, Unity is part of a New Thought, what's called the New Thought movement. New Thought was always meant to be a supplement to your religious tradition, your spiritual tradition. It was never meant to become its own tradition. It's an encouragement for each and every one of us to go on the exploration to say, if this is my tradition, why do I believe what I believe? And is this enhancing the quality of my life? My personal self-sufficiency technique ultimately boils down to this. All of those steps for me are an encouragement for me to welcome people to love. I am welcoming people to love, not into my consideration of a right belief, because what is right for me may not be right for you. But I think we can all get behind the idea of love. I think we can all adopt our identity as love. Daily, I practice walking the talk. Every single day, I practice walking the talk. And you know what? Sometimes I'm unsuccessful. But that has diminished with practice. So that's the call today. Practice. Develop a personal spiritual self-sufficiency technique that works for you. These are just some ideas that may work for you. And I encourage us all to be on that journey. Peace and blessings. You are magnificent. The homework today and for this week, and if you're new to our community, I do invite us all to take away a practical approach to the lesson by encouraging activity in our lives in alignment with that. Well, the homework today, I'm going to encourage us all to sign up for a small group for the fall renewal. If you've never experienced one before, give it a try. What I will tell you is that the groups are limited in number. We don't allow groups that are larger than 10. So if you have 2 group leaders, and all but one group has 2 group leaders, there are only 8 additional spots available. Representatives for this year's fall renewal are going to be available in Harmony Hall following the celebration today. You'll see in Harmony Hall, the times they are meeting and the approximate location where they are choosing to meet with their group are all posted there, so that can help you make a decision. So please do sign up for a fall renewal group. The fall renewal begins on October 22nd and will be a 5-week renewal series this year. I'm going to invite us all to relax right where we are. Let's choose in this moment to allow the now, releasing anything that has preceded this moment and letting go of any anticipation for what may unfold. Let us choose this moment, right here and right now, to be fully present as the presence. Taking a breath and seeing if there's any kernel of an idea that resonates at our heart level, and allowing an awareness of that vibration. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. As my heart opens up to the voice, I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that could ever be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. I find God, I find myself. When I seek God, I find myself. For I am rooted in this awareness that there is only one unified wholeness. There is only one power. There is only one presence. There is only one creative source. There is love and nothing else. Love, a synonym for the divine, for all that is. And each and every one of us is a divine identity of love. This is who we are. We are the outpouring of love, and our lives are reflections of that. Everything that flows forth in our experience is the outpouring of love. And so I allow more love. I allow more kindness. I allow more wholeness in the experience. I trust this to be so, and it is with a grateful heart that I open myself in this moment to the good. I know that this is good. It is very good. And with gratitude and appreciation overflowing, I simply let it be. I relax, trust, and know, and affirm it by saying, and so it is. Amen. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. As my heart opens up to the voice, I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God. Oh, I find God. I find myself. Thank you. Right? Here to guide us in our sharing today. Will you please welcome the magnificent, the glorious, the effervescent Emila DeToro. Welcome, Emila.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. So what I heard today was transform together with love.
And so it is.
Transform together with love. And that's why I'm here. That's why one Saturday a month I call in all of the women or people who identify as female to gather with Sophia as Sophia, Sisters of Faith in Action, because it is a place where we can transform together with love. And so I encourage those of you that may have not made it last week or yesterday, God, it was just yesterday, we'll be gathering again the first Saturday in November. And we do what women have done for eons, really, centuries, eons. We gather, we laugh, we cry, we explore our faith. We do it with love. And we welcome in and we allow others to move on to what is next. So this is why I give. This is why, this is one of the ways I give, is through Sophia, and others are financial. So if you are called today to give financially, here's the QR code. Maybe there is a envelope in the seat in front of you. You can pull out some cash from your pocket and put it in there, or get on our auto donation program like I do. So an offering is given every Sunday, whether I show up here or not. Or you could text Unity of Tucson and continue to build and support this community with just one other form of love, which is financial resources. So thank you.
Thank you, Emila. Yes. As the baskets go around, feel free to move your body. If you want to stand up and move your body as we sing our giving song, you are welcome to. I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. Yes, it does. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. Woo, yes, here to guide us in the blessing of the offering, please welcome Sherry Hoffman, one of our glorious prayer chaplains.
Let's take that energy that we've just made so big and beautiful and focus it towards these baskets with our gifts in them. And let's say together, we bless these gifts, and we see these gifts going out and blessing our community and the world. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you so much, Sherry. Yes, yes, yes. Let's find out what's happening here at Unity of Tucson. Roll it.
It's Sunday, October 8th, 2023, and here's what's happening at Unity of Tucson. Express and celebrate your gratitude for the nourishment we receive at our beautiful spiritual center by purchasing tickets to attend the Gratitude Gala, a joyful evening under the stars, on November 10th. It will be a night packed full of love, joy, and fun. You won't want to miss it. It's that time of year again. Unity of Tucson's Fall Renewal Series will begin on Sunday, October 22nd, and you are invited to participate. This year, we will be discussing the book The 5 Principles by Ellen Davenport. Study groups are forming now, so don't wait as attendance will be limited. Look for more information in the foyer. The Rainbow Lunch Bunch, a monthly gathering of spiritually minded members of the LGBTQIA+ community and allies, meets in the Rainbow Room today after service. Bring your lunch and join the Rainbow Lunch Bunch for camaraderie and fun. Please join Unity of Tucson as we gather to fight hunger here in Tucson. It's time to move our feet for the Crop Hunger Walk, Sunday, November 5th. Please see Joyce Hawley in Harmony Hall for more details and to sign up to be a walker, a sponsor, or both. Let's move our feet to end hunger locally and throughout the world. Join the Blanket Brigade. Unity of Tucson is collecting blankets and sleeping bags in anticipation of the cold nights that are on the horizon. The collection will be delivered to Sister Jose's shelter for distribution to those in need. We will be collecting now through November 12th. You can find out more about all of our events, classes, and other offerings in the Desert Light Book and Gift Store or online at unitytucson.com. Have an amazing and magnificent week.
Glorious. Here to let us know, here to let us know a little bit about the silent auction that's part of our gala experience. Please welcome Mary Alls.
Hi, y'all. As you know, we're planning this magnificent party that we're calling the Gala. And there's only 3 more weeks for you to donate to the silent auction. And I'm here to ask you to please, if you can, find something maybe that is really beautiful that you're not using or that your kids don't want, but you think is extremely beautiful, and donate it. And I have a few things that I want to show you that we have. I believe we have a slide with some earrings that are beautiful. They're going to be on the silent auction. We also have, I have Vanna White here to help me.
I'm sorry I didn't wear my 6-inch stilettos, but I'm here as is. I don't
We
think we
need
can all see
all kinds
these.
of things,
What the
large
hell
and
is it?
small.
These are some beautiful.
Yeah.
Are those watercolors?
Yeah. One of the artists where I have my things displayed was kind enough to donate 3 prints, and these are worth like $150.
They're beautiful.
So they're beautiful. But you probably won't pay $150 because it is a silent auction. And remember, the highest bid wins. Also, I have something I want to show you guys that is very unusual.
It's my crown.
Yeah. 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 She deserves a crown. She does. But this is a sculpture of La Choya.
It's called La Choya,
yeah.
yeah.
It is made out of recycled aluminum, and it is just beautiful.
It's heavy.
It's very
Also.
heavy, and it comes with a wooden base.
Oh, nice.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Some of the things we need, we still need bottles of wine. We need gift cards from places like the movie theater, car wash, Starbucks, maybe your favorite restaurant, things like that. Any kind of service. If you want to, maybe you go to a special hair salon and you want to donate a free haircut. Things like
Maybe
that.
somebody could donate time to clean my house.
That would be,
I'm serious.
yeah, I would bid against her on that. Also, if you are known for making great salsa, say cookies, I would bid for Anita's cookies at any time. Anita Summers makes terrific cookies. Oh yeah, we also have just things that maybe you're good at. If maybe you can donate a service or a product. And we're going to have things that aren't really, really terribly expensive, but are awfully nice. And this is something that we all need, picture frames. And if you don't have a picture to go in it, I'll paint you one.
She will. Thank you, Mary.
Yeah. So all I want to do is say thank you for your generosity. We're grateful for whatever you can do to help. And if you can't donate something, I bet you can bid on something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mary. I just want to follow up on that and let you know one of the things that I procured and is going to be in the silent auction are 2 tickets to the Invisible Theater. So that's one of those things that's going to be on the auction block. Also, I am giving up my covered parking on Sundays for an entire year to the highest bidder. Just letting you know, I'm going to suffer for you. No, I'm joking. There is no suffering. There is no suffering. I want to acknowledge that our prayer chaplains in service today are Ruth Starwell and Deborah Roberts. Ruth, who guided us in the reading, the affirmation, and the prayer today, and Deborah Roberts, who is back here. They will be available to you for a moment of prayer following the celebration today. You can also make your prayer intentions known by writing out a prayer intention form, putting it into the box which is in the lobby. Like I said, prayer is one of the primary practices we have here for shifting our lives, and so I encourage you to take advantage of all that we offer by way of prayer and by our magnificent group of prayer chaplains. I want to say thank you to everybody who made today's celebration so spectacular. Let's first say thank you to Elizabeth and to Laura for guiding us for the Flames of Faith ceremony. The reading, affirmation, and prayer, Ruth Starwell, thank you so much. Also to be on duty today with Deborah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to say thank you for guiding us in the meditation this morning and also guiding us in our blessing, Sherry Hoffman. Guiding us in our offering and our sharing today, Emma De Toro, thank you so much. Our hospitality team, we have hospitality following the celebration today, so please, afterwards, make your way into Harmony Hall, have a cup of coffee, get to know your community. Our hospitality team, our greeters, our ushers, you are all so necessary, and I'm so grateful for your service. I want to say thank you to our tech team, Fabian and Jim and Rowan and Tyler back there. Thank you so much. How about this magnificent team of musicians, Linda Ackerman, Raphael Carruthers, and Paul Gibson? And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for blessing my life, for being part of this community, and not just being here at Unity, but being part of the greater community, the human community. You are a blessing to this world, and I do not take that for granted ever. You are loved. You are magnificent. Let's complete our time here today by stating out loud together this prayer of divine awareness. I am infinite light. I am infinite love. I am infinite power. I am infinite presence. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. Feel free to move your body. Loud. I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I stretched my hands out to the sky and danced with monsters through the night. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, please don't wake me now. Ooh, ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life. This is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. I howled at the moon with friends, and then the sun came crashing in. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. But all the possibilities, no limits, just epiphanies. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Never gonna look back, whoa, I'm never gonna give it up, no, best day of my life. My life. Make it a magnificent week, everyone.